Hey guys, it is me, Romeo. What is up? Sorry guys, my hair. Just give me one sec. What time is it? It's 1:09. Chain, change on this. So you guys, let's do a quick deck review. Um, so you guys already know I'm playing with this as my commander. Uh, I think it's a she. Could be a he. I don't know, but my angel is my commander. My deck has been updated so many times. Uh, Dang. Sorry. That that my deck has changed a lot, and so this is my commander again. It's Janara Arsa of War, and she has fly, and I can tap one white and one colorless, or one uh, colorless mana, or one other mana. It's basically two manas, and I can put a 1/1 on her, making her a 4/4. She's really good, but not good alone. There's a lot of stuff I need. So let me find some of the cards. I did get some cards today in the mail, and I'm going to find them. So let me look for them. I'll show you some cool cards. Some cards I did get in the mail, some I did not get in the mail. So I'll tell you which ones I did get in the mail and which ones I didn't. So I'm going to separate the ones I did get in the mail today to the ones I didn't get in the mail. And you can kind of see. Um, Hold on. Let me look for it. I think there was one more. Okay. These are just some of the cards I'll go through. So basically, my deck is a blue counter deck ish. Oh, that's nice. There's something on the bottom of my thing. Nice. I have Mary. This card. It's a enchantment or no artifact, and it's whenever I play an instant or sorcery spell, I can pay 3 mana, and I can do the same thing. Here, I can do the same thing over again. So that one didn't come in the mail, but that's a good one that I have. Eldrazi, always a game winner. Eldrazi Conscription, always the game winner. It's one of the big game winners. It gives a 10/10 to my one of my creatures, and it has Annihilation 2 where I can destroy 10 upon a has to sacrifice 2 permanents, basically. That one did not come in the mail. I'm doing ones that didn't come in the mail. This one, and again, I'm playing a blue deck, so I'm always going to use this. This is one of the iconic staples in a lot of blue decks that will get you to win. Time Stretch. It's an old card, and it's a lot of money. This card costs a lot to get. but a target player takes 2 extra turns after this one. Um, really cool, really good. I've played this a couple times already, and I've won a couple times, or been close to winning. Um, this is another classic. This is the older version. I did not get these ones I'm starting with you guys, or talking about now, or not the ones that came in the mail. Mystical Tutor. This is an old classic. Always good to have. You can search for sorceries and enchantments. Kind of, you can pick up sorceries that will give you like, uh, like, um, you could play Time Stretch. I'm gonna play Time Stretch. Time Stretch will give me 2 extra turns. And most of the time, I try to tutor for Time Stretch because I want to kind of stretch out my turns a little bit. I want to make my turns go bigger. Again, this one did not come in the mail. Hi, Rebecca. Um, oh, hi. Thank you for joining me. Karn Temple Sundering. It's a legendary sorcery, so I only can play this when I have, sadly, my commander out or a Sigarda, Sigarda, or a legendary creature. Target player takes an extra turn, so this is another take extra turn. So right now I have take 3 turns at least. I can bite my turn for 3 turns. It's really cool because I don't play it. Um, oh, not for the up part. Oh, I thought there was another part in here. But yeah, I played this a couple of times already, and it won me a game. Um, I like playing extra turns because always when I seem, excuse me, to think, like when I'm gonna, oops. Like I said, my deck runs on blue counter spells, so I'm gonna beef my creatures up, and I'm going to try to find a way to kill you faster. Now, these are cards that I got today in the mail. This one's called Haunted Cloak. The creature, it's a artifact equipment, and equipped creature has vigilance, trample, and haste, and it costs 3 to put on the field, and it only costs 1 mana to attach. So that's really nice. So I could play that and give my commander vigilance and haste, and on top of that, if I did something like a combo where I could do a double combo, so I could put like my commander out. Let's say my commander's out right now. I put this out, right? So boom, I play this for 3. So I'll give my commander a vigilance trample, and I dropped my phone, motherfucker. Sorry. So I give my commander vigilance, haste, and trample. Now vigilance is when my commander attacks or that creature attacks, it doesn't have to tap. It can stay up, which is nice. So I can play that, and then I'll play. And then I can play Swiftfoot Boots, right? So I play these 2 cards on my commander. Now my commander basically has a lot of stuff that hold on, guys. Sorry, my people keep texting me. Um, anyway, so if I play like these 2 on my commander, uh, Swiftfoot Boots and this other one, the Haunted Cloak, it kind of does some nice stuff. It gives my commander a little bit of juicy. It makes it kind of sexy and spicy, and that's what I like. Swiftfoot Boots was not one that came in the mail. This one did come in the mail today. I bought it off Amazon. I think it was cheap, like maybe $1 or something, buck a piece. Or it was really good. So if you're gonna make a commander deck, I recommend it if you want your commander to stay up, where if you don't like having your commander tap, this will help you a lot. It gives your commander trample, haste, and vigilance, so you don't have to tap your commander, which makes it a lot nicer. I like that. I hate tapping my commander. because I know that my commander is not going to be able to fight. So that's just one that I don't like. Sleep. Say night night. Time for a nappy poo for your opponent. Sleep. Oops. Sleep gives your opponent, you get to tap all your opponent's creatures, and all those creatures, tap all creature target player control. Those creatures do not untap during the player's next untap stage. So basically, it just gives your opponents a little creature, a little nappy time, little nappy poo. So while you're you do that, basically your creatures will take a nice nap. It's really cool because my whole goal is I want to attack you and take extra turns and be able to attack you and not have you respond to me. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find ways to go around what you're doing. This one right here, so let's say my opponent has stuff with fly. I don't like that. So right here, it's the archetype of imagination. Right here, archetype imagination. Creatures you control have fly, and creatures your opponent control loses fly and cannot gain fly. So that's really nice. That one came in the mail today. That helps me kind of deal with my opponents who want to try to fly or like be able to block with fly. They can't do that because that just stops them from doing it. That's a response. Yes, this can die. Sadly, it can lose, but it helps a little bit in the game if I get comfortable with it because it gets it to where I like to be, where my opponents can't do anything up in the air. They can't try to swing straight at me, even though I'm playing with a lot of angel deck. A lot of angels in my deck. My deck contains a lot of angels and a lot of things that just kind of compound with being able to play angels and get my angels to go up and kind of get them to go nice. So if my opponent has anything with fly whatsoever, it doesn't have to be angels. It could be like scabs or something. Anything with fly, they're just, I don't want to deal with them. So I just want to make sure that they're either asleep or they're not going to fly at me. This one here is another one I got. It's called Rewind. So I can counter target spells. I do like to counter and keep counters in my deck because I don't want my opponents to do a lot against me. And I want to be able to stop, like, if they're doing something that could trigger or go after me, then I'm not going to let them do that. So Rewind will counter target spell, and I get to untap 4 lands. So basically, it kind of rewards me. It's not just saying, oh, I'm going to counter target spell and then that's it. It's, I get to counter a target spell and untap 4 lands. So 4 lands I get to untap for doing that. And that's a really good card. That is an awesome card. So that means that instead of just having 4 land tapped down, I can play Rewind, counter that spell, untap 4 lands, and have 4 lands for maybe a sleep. And then next turn I can play sleep. Then I can play sleep down, and then night night, and then punch them all in the face. Which is really good too. That's another thing that I like to do sometimes. This last one that I got in the mail, there's a couple more I think that are supposed to be here, but I don't know when. But this one is called Cyclonic Rift. This one everyone I'm sure heard about. Everyone should know about this one. This is a $18 card, right? This is the most expensive card, I think, one of the most expensive cards I have in my deck. I think my deck's like almost $100, $100 something dollars maybe worth of cards right now. But it's return all non-land permits you don't control to the owner's hand. And then if I play, it just costs me 1 blue and 1 colorless. And that basically just destroys, so that's like a board wipe, instant board wipe. But if I pay 1 blue and 6 colorless, I can cast it for the spell for Overload and cast it. If you do change it, text by replacing all instant target with each. So that means I can just target everybody. So that would be nice. So those are really good cards. Those are kind of the flavor of cards that I got. So basically, my deck's kind of a angel counter deck, if you will. Counter deck. I have been working on this deck for a while. It's not really on tip-top shape. I'm going to try to get some more, what do you call it? Tutoring. I'm going to Enlighten Tutor, Personal Tutor, Mystical Tutor. I already have, but some other tutor cards that I need to kind of tutor a little bit. But definitely I'm going to try to put Enlightened Tutor in that deck, because that deck does need Enlightened Tutor. I do need to use Eldrazi. Like I said, Eldrazi is a good card. This one I didn't get it in the mail, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This one's kind of another topper. It makes it really kind of annoying-ish. This one right here is called Gift of Immortality. And so enchanted creature dies. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its own control. Return Gifts of Immortality to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. So, for instance, if my commander dies and I have Gift of Immortality attached to her, to my commander, that means no matter what, my commander will come back. And it just will keep coming back. And that whole turn it's going to come back until somebody can stop this or destroy this from making it come back. And if they can't do that, then they're SOL. So basically, kind of my deck is what's called, it's a very annoying deck. I will counter, I will take the extra turns with it, I will pump up my creatures, I will pump up my commander. I will try to do extra turns. So, like, I'll take, okay. So where's that card that I had? Damn it. I'll show you. Anyway, that one card, that one artifact, legendary artifact creature, that one artifact card that lets me, this one. And yes, this card is a proxy. Sadly, I got duped. It's a bad proxy because it's purple and it's not supposed to be that way, but it's a proxy. But the one where I can pay 3, so if I use every turn to play, I'm going to play take extra turns, then I can play tap 3 mana, take another extra turn, so I can take 2 turns. And if I want to do, if I play time stretch, where I want to get really gutsy and be, I'm going to take 2 extra turns, I'll tap 3 extra mana and I'll take 4 extra turns. And I'll take 4 turns and I'll kill maybe not just one person, but I'll try to do damage at least, or do something to set myself up for a good kill or a hit. And then, I take my extra turn. Then I wait for a little bit, and then I play, for instance, another take turn. I have another take turn in my hand. Oops. Sorry. So I got a bunch of cards that, so for instance, if I wanted to take I can instead, I already took my 4th turn. So by my 4th turn, let's say I come up with another take extra turn. So like if I have this one, then I can take 5 extra turns. And then, let's say on my 5th turn I take Time Warp. I can basically take a whole crap load of turns. Just a crap load of turns and kill you or it gets you set to kill, or try to weaken your immune to where you don't have very much left that you're going to do anything for me or to me. Um, that's basically what my deck will do. It will destroy you. Um, it will. It's basically the. I want to take. It's going to let me take a crap load of extra turns and a bunch of. I'm going to try to kill you as fast as I can. But that's not the only thing that I want to do. That's a good deck. That really is. Like I said, I'm going to try to get Time Warp. Time Warp, a little bit expensive, but I'm going to try to save up for Time Warp, and I'm going to try to definitely buy that card. Excuse me, I feel a little bit under the weather today. But, yeah, I'm going to do Time Warp. I'm going to do a bunch of extra turns. I'm going to try to get more extra turns in there, so that when I'm playing extra turns, then that way I don't have to sit there. It's just, I don't have to sit there and wait a bunch of times to try to die. I can be the one that's kind of the threat. This deck, it's me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate this deck so far? I would say probably a 5, maybe. It's a 5. Definitely a 5. It's getting there. It's getting to where I want it to be. The deck just seems to... It plays nicely. I just beat one of my friends that played me. He played a good game with me. He played his elf deck, and... I was able to beat him with take an extra turn. That extra turn, that legendary take an extra turn card just came up, and I was able to pop it off and use it and kill. Which was a nice kill for the end. Take my extra turn and kill and do it again. But it's a 5 because I don't really think that my deck is ready to be graded on the highest level. Like I said, this card, I mean, it's an okay card. Everybody doesn't like it. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I understand that you have to tap it to get that 4/4 on here, on her, but that 4/4 on there will definitely make a lot of difference between now and the end of the game. You can probably play, 5 turns, 3 turns in, and you can start noticing, it gets a little slow. My deck at first was really definitely slow. The progress of me having to wait every turn to try to do something was just miserable. I wanted to be able to do fast kills. And I thought, well, how about I try to stop people from doing things like that? So I played against people that had, take extra turns and stuff, and I nope. Mm-mm. Now I'm being one of those guys where I'm just going, I'm going to take an extra turn. And be. So, it's kind of, the progress is slow, to be honest with you. I do have counter spells in here. I think the only time I use them really, honestly, to be honest with you, is just whenever they pop up, or when somebody's going to threaten me. And people kind of already know that my deck's going to be a counter, take extra turn, kill deck. And draw cards, and gain, not life, but what do you call it? Basically where I'm going to gain control of the game, where I'm going to try to take extra turns and try to draw cards and put more mana on there. Where I'm going to try to do a lot of things in one whole big wad setting. And I have a bunch of 2 cards that's destroy creatures. So I have a couple cards that, destroy stuff, get rid of stuff. I'm going to destroy Blanchwood Armor. I'm going to trade Blanchwood Armor for another card that I'm going to try to put all my enchantments are hexproof, just to make it a little bit more annoying. But, yeah, oops. Whoops. So my deck, like I said, it's not really technically ready yet. I like how it's going. It's okay. It's not a bad deck, and I'm not saying that at all. Um, I would honestly really, I might actually play this one in there too, kind of slow down. Demonic Tutor actually is a good card. Uh, Demonic Tutor is a really good card. That is one of a good cards to use, but unfortunately I don't have black in my deck, so I won't be able to use that. So, but yeah, I'm trying to find different things. Whoa, sorry, just playing around with my thing. So I'm just trying to find things right now that will be able to get incorporated into my deck. Like this right here, I'm gonna incorporate it because it's kind of a, it doesn't let my deck do a lot, or my opponents do a lot that they will be able to do. Like they won't be able to do a lot because all their lands will come in tapped, and then they kind of have to deal with that too, which is another problem that I have with me, is that I don't like being too controlled, or too controlled, much of a control deck. It's just more of a, I'm gonna stop you, and I'm gonna try to make you, I'm gonna try to stop you. So, let me see. There was one card in here that I was gonna add. I can't find it. But yeah, I'm trying to find a bunch of cards that would do things for my deck. But yeah, it's I'm trying to find cards. I'll just really work for this deck. But yeah,